G'day again everyone. So another cloudy, windy and potentially rainy day, so still no kayaking. It's been a while. So what I'm doing is I'm actually giving a bit of attention to a bit of a forgotten old kayak here, the old Outback. It's probably been a year since I've had this on the water. It's been sort of sitting forgotten, waiting a few upgrades which had to happen, and well, I'm just getting underway because the weather's not great for fishing. So next best thing, maintenance. And yeah, the Outback's getting a bit of a refit. I'm not going to pour a lot of money into it. I've decided I'm just going to repair what I can and upgrade what I can with things I have here. But anyway, she's had a clean. She looks much cleaner. And the first job I've done is getting this sounder back up and running, because I was having real issues with the sounder. Let me explain. The first issue I had with the sounder was actually the battery. As you can see here, the positive terminal has snapped. Actually, you might not be able to see that from the glare. Let me bring it over here. Yeah, that's better. You can see there the positive terminal has snapped clean off. So that battery is unusable. Fortunately, well, unfortunately for my motorbike, this battery came out of my motorbike. It's probably way too big for what I need it for, but anyway, that battery won't hold enough charge to turn my motorbike over, but it will hold enough charge to run my sounder. So let's plug that in. I'm not sure how much charge it's going to hold, maybe 10 or 11 volts. We'll find out when I plug it in. So let's plug it in and see if I can get this sounder going. There it is right there. Alright, here we go. So I replaced the terminals on the power leads for the sounder as well. Just bear with me while I'm getting those screws out. So I replaced the terminals, get away Mozzie, because they were the old slip-on type. So I've replaced them with the screw-on type here, which should give me a much better connection. Positive, here comes negative, okay, moment of truth. Okay, moment of truth, here we go. Let's see if we can turn it on. Yep, power. Okay, low voltage alarm is on. So okay, we got 10 volts. So 10 volts there, so enough to run it, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to get out of it on this battery. So I'll see if I can get a bit more of a charge into the battery, but I mean that'll be enough to run me out one day. I'll just have to recharge it. If I find it's a problem, I'll buy a new battery, because this battery is much bigger and heavier than what you need just to run a sounder. So, but if it saves me spending money on a new battery, then great. Anyway, sounder's up and running, you beauty. Cool. So, that's the sounder taken care of. Next one I'm going to look at, I'll just get the Mirage drive out of the way there. That's got problems, by the way. Next one I'm going to look at is upgrading the storage at the back here. I've got this tub, giving a bit more space, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with that or whether I'm going to refit a milk crate. The old standard milk crate are great, but this one just gives me a little bit more storage and a slightly lower profile than a milk crate. So yeah, not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that one. I might give it a go and go back to the milk crate if it comes to it, because although more storage is great, it also means you're carrying more weight while you're on the water. So yeah, work in progress with the storage at the rear. Next issue is the seat. I was going to replace the seat because, well, we got a few issues there. Dogs, the dog chewed it there. All of the straps have been replaced because they got, the sun got to them and they got frayed and damaged and came apart. So they've all been replaced. But you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it as is. It still does what it needs to do. So yeah, seat's going to stay. I've never been worried about getting a Vantage seat in the Kayak. I don't think they're necessary personally. It's personal preference. If you love them, then great, you love them. I'm not really fussed about that. Let me just put the drainage plug back in there. What's going on here? Why can't I get it in there? There we go, that's locked in. Yeah, so seat's going to remain. Yeah, I think that's fine. All I do anyway when I'm on the water is put a towel over the seat. That gives me a little bit of extra padding, and that's plenty. Paddle's fine, so the backup paddle there, that's fine. But the Mirage drive, here's where the problems really started with the Mirage drive, and that's what sort of led to me reinvesting in another Hobie kayak, the Revo 11, which has turned out to be a great kayak, but it's not quite as versatile as the Outback, if I'm being honest. But here's the problem with the Mirage drive. The first is the little hole that I set my foot pedal to has blown out, and well, two problems. This shaft, as it goes down into the well here, is cracked where this bolt goes through, which has caused it to drift or bend out slightly this way, and that in turn has caused this hole where I've got the bolt to blow out, and that just keeps slipping out of there, which is a real pain when you're on the water. So what I've done, I've just put a bolt through there that catches the shaft so I can operate without falling out. A bit of a pretty dodgy sort of repair, but it does the job. And again, if that saves me buying new parts, then that's also very good as far as I'm concerned. The less money I have to spend, the better. But the other issue I'm having, and I don't know why, is the legs start to wander sideways as I'm working. Let me put the camera on my head so I can operate the Mirage drive and show you what I mean. Yeah, so what's happening is, there you go, you've got the Mirage drive there. So you're operating like that, but what's happening is you can see the spread that it does there. And I can't figure out why it's doing that. So yeah, when you're in the Mirage bay, Mirage drive well here, and you start that spread, you actually end up kicking the sides of the kayak on occasion. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that, but what I am going to do is I'm just going to get on the water with it, because it's been so long I've forgotten how bad it actually gets. So I want to get on the water, take it for a run, and just see what I'm looking at. Excuse me, sneezing and coughing. Yeah, so the goal is we'll get it on the water, take it for a test drive, and yeah, make the adjustments. A few other minor things. The handle here broke. God, mozzies everywhere. The handle here broke. I haven't bothered replacing it because it still works. Same on this side. The sun has got to the webbing there, so I've got to replace that. I'll do that this morning actually. I'll get onto that as soon as I've finished the video. So yeah, that one gets replaced as well. So there we are, guys. A few issues with the Outback to sort, but we're underway. We're going to sort them, and as we're coming into spring, and hopefully that's the end of this weather we're having. It looks pretty good now, but yeah, the weather has been really quite quite ordinary lately, and kayaking hasn't really been an option for a lot of the time. So get into some nice spring weather, we'll get this Outback out, just do an easy squid run I think to start off with, see what I really have to pay attention to, see how bad that Mirage drive is and whether I need to replace parts or maybe even the whole drive. And the rest of the boat's pretty good. Things like these handles, they're an easy fix, and I don't mind the cosmetic issues of, you know, having mismatching straps and that kind of thing. That doesn't bother me in the least, as long as they work. Here's a great example. The old handle at the front broke, so bit of rope, bit of wood, does the job. Cost me nothing. So yeah, hope you're keeping up with me. I'm sort of flapping my gums a bit, but anyway, we'll get this boat back on the water soon. Find out the issues. This is going to be the major issue, getting this Mirage drive sorted. Gee, I'm glad I got this. Are you going to start now? What are you doing? Yeah, there you go. I'm glad I got this sounder sorted out. Might still need another battery though. It's only holding 10 volts. So, Outback gets a refit. Well, kind of a refit, a cheap refit, and we'll be back on the water. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're getting out in the water more often than I have been lately. I hope you're catching fish, squid, whatever it is you're chasing. Tight lines. See you on the water soon. Cheers all.